Warning, just because this video may have tons more dislikes than likes, that doesn't mean I'm wrong about the things I say in this video, especially since I'm actually right about these things. Hey guys, we have a bit of a problem here. You guys remember that one guy named Loogey?
Hey, it's Pat from Loogey and Pat, and we just got this new soda fountain. Yeah, it's kind of dirty, but I think it's pretty... It tastes like 7-Up!
And his group of friends, full of people such as Karate, Surreal, and people like that. They were people who I exposed on my channel about 2 years ago for starting all kinds of harassment towards me for no reason. It was some of the most ridiculous crap I had been through by far. Well, these guys have returned to continue their harassment towards me. Sort of. And I say sort of because they've actually been in and out of my social medias a lot since then. They haven't just returned, they've been in and out for these past couple of years. This is what I mean by Loogey and his buddies attacking me constantly. They have been doing it a lot, but they tend to do it with big gaps of time between their harassments. And those gaps of time could last for as long as days to months. But just because this hasn't been happening very often, that doesn't mean it hasn't been a problem. For those of you who aren't quite caught up on the Loogey situation, allow me to point out some videos and streams that I would suggest you watch before you watch this video, so that way you can understand what's going on better. The Enlightenment drama stream number 8, I'm Done. The End of an Era drama stream number 9, Loogey Needs to be Terminated, Loogey Apologized, and Loogey Kit Kat featuring Thank You, Taking the World by Storm podcast number 3. If you watch through all of those videos and streams, or at least skim through them, you should be able to understand what has been going on in this situation, or at least what has been going on in this situation back then. However, if you don't want to watch those videos, or if you just need a little refresher, allow me to explain what the situation has been with Loogey and his buddies back then. So around a couple years ago, I was exposing a guy named Sith, a guy who I used to be friends with, but then he turned out to be an absolute weirdo. I exposed him in a few drama streams here, specifically numbers 5, 6, and 7. Before I made drama stream number 7, I ended up in a group chat with Loogey and some of his friends, plus some other people. At the time, they were all intent on helping me expose Sith, showing me some of the weird messages he's been saying and some other stuff. With that information I was given, I made this stream here. However, after Sith had finished getting exposed, Loogey and his buddies decided to start turning on me and start their own quote-unquote harassment movement towards me. Not only that, but they started doing the same thing to one of my used-to-be friends, Hannah. Although Hannah has had to deal with the situation quite a bit less than I have, so we're not going to be talking much about what's happened with her. We're going to be focused on what I myself have been dealing with. Out of nowhere, for pretty much no reason, Loogey and his buddies started harassing me across all the different social platforms I had, in all sorts of places. They started spamming and harassing me in my YouTube comments, my Twitter replies, my Discord servers, and on top of that, again, they were doing pretty much the same thing to Hannah, mainly on her Discord server. And from that, I decided to make drama stream number 8 here, exposing them. Even after I exposed Loogey and his buddies in that drama stream, they continued their harassment. And they really liked harassing me over a certain video that I had made, which was called Reliving Dark Memories, which was a music video parodying a song called We Didn't Start the Fire. They did that so much to the point where I decided I would delete the video, and I would make a video about that called I'm Done. And yes, I full-on deleted the video from my channel. I didn't even private it, I full-on deleted it. That situation got quite a bit out of hand, and I thought that this would do something about it. However, of course, that wouldn't completely stop the harassment regarding Reliving Dark Memories, as it would be revealed later on that Loogey and his group of people had downloaded the video and saved all the lyrics to it. The Reliving Dark Memories music video was basically me using music to expose Nebula and Hannah, along with some of their friends, because they were all bad back then. The video itself was half a joke, half not, and it was kind of meant to be bad to begin with. Kind of like the Mine Diamonds music video from Minecraft Awesome parodies. After the I'm Done video, I would upload the Enderman's Bro Sucks way later on, exposing the Enderman's Bro also known as Nebula, for a lot of the crap that he's done. And since Nebula was friends with Loogey and his buddies, it was pretty obvious that a big old fuss began over it. And while the video does have more dislikes than likes, that doesn't mean the exposing wasn't successful. It was very much successful. This was my first big real exposing that I had ever done. And besides some of the editing errors that were made in that video, I think it went pretty well. I actually have an interesting story regarding the release of this video. Soon after I uploaded the video, an unknown person joined my Discord server and started DMing me. He started talking to me about Loogey and his buddies. As it turns out, once Loogey and his buddies saw the Enderman's Bros exposing video, they spam promoted it on Call Me Carson's Discord server, telling everyone to dislike it. This unknown person, who I can't remember the name of, by the way, and because I can't remember his name, that means I'll never be able to find his DMs again, saw this all go down, and his curiosity led him to me, after he looked into the situation a little bit more first. This unknown person then told me that he wanted to get in on the Enderman's Bros exposing too, and he wanted permission from me to do so, which of course I gave him. I mean, he didn't need permission from me anyways, honestly. Weeks pass by, maybe even months, and eventually the person comes back to me with a clip of the intro of the exposing video. I barely remember what the clip looks like, but I do know that it was really well made. So needless to say, I was really looking forward to this guy's exposing of the Enderman's Bro. However, a lot of time passed again, and the unknown person would end up telling me that he canceled the video, which kinda sucked to see. And since then, we've never interacted with each other again. After I exposed the Enderman's Bro, I would make drama stream number 9 at the end of an era. This stream was meant to be the end of the entire drama stream series, and it was also meant to finish off Loogey and his buddies for good. However, of course, that didn't end up happening, as later on I would make Loogey Needs to Be Terminated, a video about Loogey and his buddies returning once again, using his YouTube channel to make ridiculous videos regarding me, messaging Justash, the owner of the Cosmic SMP Minecraft server, saying, I'm not gonna lie, putting Hannah and Stormed in that server was a bad idea, and a bunch of other stuff. I exposed him and all of his friends once again in this video, saying that they needed to be terminated because all they were doing with all these different accounts that they had created was harassing me and Hannah and pretty much nothing else. These guys were really showing themselves to be the most pathetic people in my corner of the internet. Eventually, I would be told that Loogey wanted to apologize for his actions, and a couple of his friends or so wanted to do the same. So I ended up going through a big discussion with Loogey where he would apologize for pretty much everything he's done from start to finish. And in the end, things went okay. And I ended up making the Loogey apologize video. Although I put a question mark at the end because Loogey was acting kinda weird during his apologizing. And I wasn't so sure after what I was seeing that Loogey was being truthful and genuine in his apologies. So that's why I put the question mark in the title. And the thing is now, I was definitely right to put the question mark in that title. After a while, I ended up making a video called Loogey Apologized Update, probably because Loogey started acting up again, in some way or another. I don't really remember the details of what happened in that video, but either way, I made that video, and at some point I ended up deleting it, which is why you don't see it on my channel now, in between this video and the next video that I want to cover really quick. Taking the World by Storm podcast number 3. Nearly before I began this stream, it turned out that Loogey and Karate, also known as Kit Kat at the time, had completely faked their apologies, and their entire group began harassing the crap out of me and Hannah again, which ultimately caused Hannah to completely leave her social medias for a week. From that, I announced that I was going to make this stream. Someone who goes by the username Thank You, with a Q in there, saw the announcements that I was making about the stream, and he asked if he could join in, and we both put up a pretty good stream here. Loogey and Kit Kat were once again exposed for being absolute D-holes towards me and Hannah, and Thank You was there to, you know, fight back as well. And on top of that, one of the things that I really recall happening from this stream was Thank You giving some speeches about how they should not be doing this, and one or two of Loogey's buddies came into my chat just saying absolute nonsense and just insulting him and saying all sorts of stuff towards him in response. It was really pathetic to watch. As of the time I'm recording this video, this is the latest video that is out regarding Loogey and Karate and their whole group. So there's a recap on what's happened with Loogey and his buddies and all their harassment from back then. Now it's time for me to get you some new information. The first bit of new information I want to talk about is what's happened between me and Loogey's group before some recent events. Basically, what's happened between this stream and this video here. After that episode of Taking the World by Storm came out, Loogey's group kinda seemed to have disappeared from the internet. I wouldn't end up seeing these guys again until, I believe, months later, at about the time when the 1.4 update for the game Terraria had released. At this point, Nebula and I were good again. and he was going to start a Terraria multiplayer server with a bunch of other people, so they could all play the brand new Terraria update, which was a big update and also the game's final big update. I ended up joining the server as well. However, one of the people that were in the server was Loogey. At this point, Loogey had been a threat to me for about a year or so. However, I still wanted to join the server nonetheless. And Nebula put up some rules about no starting any drama or anything, which were easy for me to agree with, considering that I had never started internet drama with anyone ever. Loogey accepted Nebula's rules as well. And honestly, we ended up having a good time. There was drama that happened in the group of people that I was with, but I wasn't part of it. The main drama was actually between Nebula and a guy named Dragon Pixels, who is a guy who's probably been mentioned briefly on my channel somewhere, but all you really need to know is that he's the guy kind of friends with Nebula and Golden stuff. Anyways, there was some drama that ended up happening with them every now and then. There was even a point where Nebula wanted to kill himself, literally because Dragon Pixels called him out on the fact that he misspelled a word wrong by one letter. No joke! I couldn't even make this up if I tried. Nebula is not who this video is about though. Honestly, he should be saved for another video sometime in the future, considering he may have lied in his apologies as well. Because at some point when I was streaming, he started acting a bit aggressive towards me and very odd for no reason. Saying some really weird stuff like how he used to back when we were in drama. Doesn't really seem like he's changed. We might as well be back in drama again. Anyways, after the Terraria server stuff happened, Nebula shut it down at some point. I think because of drama that's been going on and he hasn't been able to handle the server too much. He's also been complaining about ridiculous things and it's just been really annoying. So the whole Terraria server thing has been shut down. Since then, Loogey and his buddies have continued harassing me even more. Every now and then, they would leave comments on random YouTube videos on my channel. They would reply weird things to some of my tweets on Twitter. They also tried to join my Discord server to say some weird stuff. For most of the time though, they couldn't because my server was on lockdown due to the Just Dash and Jikashi drama starting up. And all of this harassment has been continuing to this very day. They keep trying to raid a bunch of my crap over and over and over again, and I've been absolutely sick of it. And it's been going on for so long to the point where it's not just annoying, it is absolutely boring. This stuff still continues to this very day, and it's been 2 years since the harassment began from Loogey and his buddies. These people are quite literally the most persistent people on the entire internet. I swear to God, these are the most horribly minded, persistent people on the entire internet. And to those of you who would suggest me to block these people or any of that, it doesn't stop anything. I have blocked dozens, literal dozens of accounts from my YouTube channel, from my Twitter, from my Discord server, and also my Twitch sometimes. Loogey and his retarded group of people are always willing to make tons of alt accounts so they can continue messing with me for as long as they want. You ban Loogey's main account? Well, he's just gonna make another alt account or two and use those accounts to mess with me even more for as long as he feels like it. You try to ban his IP or something? Well, he could just use a VPN. Make a new account from there and continue the harassment. Later in this video, I'm gonna show you just how many accounts I have blocked. But with that being said, it's time for me to talk about the current events. What's been happening with Loogey and his buddies lately that's really prompted me to make this video. So about a month ago, I announced that I was finally returning to making gaming content. I was going to start uploading gaming content to my YouTube channel again, and I was also going to start streaming every weekend on Twitch. Since I uploaded this video, things have been going relatively smooth for me. I've been streaming on Twitch, which has been fun, and I had also recorded a Fortnite video with a few other people, which I was hoping to edit through and upload as soon as possible. However, it would take me about a month to finally complete it. And in case you couldn't tell, the video that I'm talking about is I have returned. I did end up uploading a bit of a gameplay video before this video, titled the Ariana Grande Rift Tour Fortnite event, which was about, you know, the Ariana Grande Rift Tour Fortnite event without commentary, but I'm not really calling that a big old gaming video or anything. This here is my main gaming video back. Regardless, a month passes since I made this video, and I had finally finished editing the I Have Returned video, and I had it set to premiere about a couple weeks ago from the time I'm recording this. I plan to premiere this video on August 29th. However, some interesting things have taken place before I premiered this video. So on August 24th, I tweeted out saying, why are there still trash people commenting on the Loogey video? Showing that, you know, it's one of Loogey's guys commenting on the Loogey video. However, when I went to look at his comment further, it seemed to have disappeared. And I said, by the way, I think this guy deleted his comment nearly after making it because when I went to that video's comment section, I couldn't find it anywhere. So after I made a tweet about that one comment, I ended up getting another comment on the Just Ash and Jikashi exposed trailer from this guy named Iffy, simply saying, "You are bad." Edrams here replied saying, did he mean mad or bad? I replied saying, still waiting to see, showing that I replied saying, for what? I replied again later saying, well, I think I got my answer, to where he responded saying, dog water, spelled incorrectly. And I replied to that saying, you can't even be a good Fortnite Pro insulter. Because, you know, Fortnite Pro players lately have been speaking in question format all the time, calling each other dog water at Fortnite on top of millions of other things. Now, I didn't actually notice this reply here, but he says, the f***? What is he trying to say? And apparently the next day, Iffy replied saying, you're Manam. Iffy's response to this was quite literally, okay, listen here, kid. I have 176 PR and I placed top 500 in a recent Hype Cup, plus have actively gotten the Champion Division for the past 3 seasons. I have amazing mechanics and can easily box you like a fish and instantly 200 pump you. Please do not mess with me or I will challenge you to a 1v1. Now here's the thing. As of late, I have been getting better and better at Fortnite. Quite a bit better. So I replied saying, is that so? You aren't the most true gamer unless you cap yourself at 30 FPS to make it to champs that way. That was something that my IRL friend Buttersticks, also known as Pay to Win Life, told me to tell him. Meanwhile, I also said, you think you're so good? Why not put that to the test? You won't have to challenge me because I challenge you, kid. And they replied back saying, what servers are you? And I swear I started tweeting about this whole thing on Twitter, but I can't seem to find the tweets for some reason. But I can show you the aftermath of those YouTube comments. Another one of Loogey's friends. I don't know how to say that name. Post this you, and it's this f***ing picture that Kidsith and his buddies used to use when they were harassing me. See, one of the things that these guys like to do, they like to take screenshots of my face and use them for retarded ass memes to harass me with. Which, you know, if they do it correctly, they can make a person absolutely fucking depressed and insecure about themselves. However, this is me they're dealing with, so if anything, they're just pissing me off, annoying me, or boring the hell out of me. I don't know. But I said nope to this. He says the guy who jerks off to cartoons. Could have at least tried making stuff up that's actually related to what I do. Lol, it's like me telling you out of nowhere that you're committing war crimes. And then he starts arguing hey, I have a life unlike you. And then him and Iffy bruh, if I could find some of his comment, there we go. Basically, what Clips here and Iffy start doing is they start arguing with me about who has a better life or some other stupid, useless garbage. Like, look at some of this. Oh, like, this is a paragraph. You just made a paragraph. He was like 12 or 13 at the time. Dude, go touch some grass. Oh, you don't have a life. You're trying to argue shit when your retarded ass group of people, led by Loogey, have been harassing me for 2 years straight. You can't argue you just can't argue in that case. I bring up and show that you guys have been harassing me for 2 straight years. There's nothing you can argue back to that. There's no justifying this. You are really, really terrible people. And they also try to justify this with, you know, the whole age thing. But guess what? It doesn't matter. It never has mattered. By you saying that, oh, you're exposing us when we're just kids. Buddy, have you ever heard of Ruby Rube, an 11-year-old, or used to be 11-year-old at least, clickbait YouTuber? Have you heard of her before? Have you even heard of Derv? Derv was the most popular younger clickbaiter back then, and people were, like, exposing him for his garbage. Why is this so different? If anything, this situation is actually worse than Ruby Rube or Derv, because the shit that you're doing, the goal is to hurt and or annoy people because you think it's funny. You think that is funny. There is no justifying this situation. Honestly, I could see all this harassment being similar to the Maximilianus situation. Maximilianus was the guy who made the Fortnite Oh Yeah Yeah music video. And at one point in time, he got exposed for doing some pretty bad things with his fans. If you look into it, the stuff you'll find is just nasty. I could see Loogey and his buddies, along with Zypixel and his buddies, being lower tier versions of Maximilianus and his fans, after all those guys have done to me. And you know what really doesn't help for these guys? A couple days after I uploaded episode 1, part 1 of Zypixel and the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, I uploaded a video titled Oh Yeah Yeah. It was a short meme video based off the Oh Yeah Yeah meme where I was trying to ear rape Zypixel and his buddies in a Discord group call. But as it turns out, everyone else just sung along with the song. And what makes them look even more weird, with the Maximilianus drama in mind, is that every single person in that chat besides me had the Maximilianus profile picture on. But basically, if you go through my Twitter on August 27 to see what I've been saying, I make fun of these guys so much for being assholes. And yeah, someone also creates this jelly troll fat L account who is like, I don't even know. Like, hey guys, I think you should stop bullying him. It's not nice. It's some account created by Iffy or Clips or someone of Loogey's. The account was quote-unquote made to stop these guys from bullying me or something, but it's just ridiculous. And he also tweets out, gonna crank out 2 Div 6 on Fortnite Arena, and he says all this stuff, and yeah, yeah. And the account hasn't tweeted since the 29th. So, you know, it's pretty obvious that it's a garbage account. Oh, and see, if you go into the like section of the account, if he says L to one of my tweets about, we'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, basically I made fun of Iffy and his stupid ass friend, and yeah, that's how that situation went. In the end, me and Iffy were going to 1v1 on Fortnite after I premiered my Fortnite video here. I announced the video was coming, and guess what happened when the video started premiering? Loogey and his buddies ended up joining the premiere. Not only did they give this video over 100 views by joining and leaving the premiere over and over again with alt accounts, but they also used all of their accounts to mass dislike the video. And they were also saying a ton of garbage in the chat. You can see I'm saying a bunch of crazy stuff here, but since I've hidden these guys from my channel, you cannot see what they're saying, but they were saying some pretty stupid things. And if I ever, for whatever reason, decide to unhide these guys from my channel, you guys will then hop on this video and see what they've been saying. But basically, it's a bunch of garbage crap. This was a completely normal video that was not about drama or anything, just a regular gaming video. My return to making gaming content on YouTube. Again, a perfectly normal video, and Loogey and his buddies came in and completely rated the hell out of it. The whole thing also prompted Rexman to tweet about the video and also post on his community tab that the video was receiving dislikes for no reason and everything. But in the end, I don't think it's really done much, and I don't know if it's going to, unfortunately. But yeah, absolutely amazing, isn't it? I work on this crap for like a month, release it, and Loogey and his buddies try to trash it. It's absolutely crazy. Now here's the thing though. Before I hid some of Loogey's buddies from my channel, during the premiere, I actually took some screenshots of what they were saying and posted them to Twitter. Nearly after the premiere started, you could see that I've already been given 3 dislikes. And then I give an update a little bit later saying the video is getting bum rushed by Loogey retards. You can then see here that I say my video is getting bum rushed by Loogey retards and their alts. Look at this. 7 dislikes like a bozo, then blocks people. Cringe. Says the bozo's actually spam disliking this. I don't know why I said is there. Shut the f up. 8 dislikes now. This was a comment that was automatically hidden from the same alt account saying, it's funny as shit. And indeed, the video is at 8 dislikes at this point. And Iffy replies to my comment saying L, getting himself 4 likes as well from Loogey retards. I say L for yourself, yeah, because you've made yourself look fucking retarded in this whole situation. And I think it's time that we get this shit to backfire on you. There's also this guy named Zella, another Loogey buddy, saying consider yourself trolled by the Stormed Trolling Association. I simply say considered. We didn't use any alls, there was just a determination to dislike your videos. Yeah, no. You all are already known for making literally dozens of alt accounts, and I can prove that here right now. Now on PC, it doesn't show this, but on mobile it does. Not including Iffy Bruh and the Clips guy, I have blocked 49 Twitter accounts. 49 Twitter accounts. Every single account that you're seeing here is a Loogey person. Every single account is a Loogey person. All of them. All of these are Loogey people / alt accounts. There's also Kidsith in here too. So I have quite literally blocked dozens of accounts. Every single account in my blocked list is a Loogey account. And this isn't even including the accounts that I have hidden from my YouTube channel and also have banned from my Discord server. Loogey and his buddies' Twitter alt accounts usually function the same way. It's pretty easy to discern a Loogey alt account from someone who is actually a fan of my content and wants to follow me. If anyone wants to defend themselves against Loogey alt accounts, then you might want to listen closely to what I have to say next. Like I said, it's not too hard to figure out which accounts are Loogey accounts and which ones are not. Loogey alt accounts are usually created very recently as told by the account creation date, have barely any followers, are barely following anyone, or have no following or follower counts. But But if the account does have a following, or it's following other people, those people are usually Loogey and his buddies' main accounts, or even their alt accounts. The accounts have little to no tweets, and when they do tweet, it's usually very dumb stuff towards me, whether they'd be tweeting out a bunch of meme stuff, trying to argue with me, or pretending to be nice to me. And the accounts usually have a dumb display name and handle. Display names and handles that you wouldn't see a normal person use. You may look at these names and think, would someone really want to be known as this across the whole internet? When I say these accounts are solely made to mess with me, I mean it. After Loogey and his buddies would try to mess with me on an alt account, I would block it soon after they tweet to me, and or follow me. After doing so, they might tweet out on the alt account, saying some dumb stuff regarding how I blocked it, before then leaving the account to rot forever. They never tweet through the account ever again. This whole thing is just really dumb, and a huge waste of time, but they don't care. You might as well be going out and saying that this is Loogey and his buddies' purpose on the internet. Their only purpose is to mess with people and try to hurt them. That's basically it, and nothing else. Regardless, after my YouTube video finishes premiering, I say, now let's see how many alts they made to dislike the video with. The final amount is 13. Obviously, that number has gotten worse after a week or so. Also, after the premiere finished, I posted this. Now that the premiere is over, I'm about to 1v1 that iffy kid. My guy has already started off saying he wants to know my Discord so he can dox me. Doxing was a joke, by the way, but the fact that he would even say that to me to begin with is crazy. And also the way Iffy said that to me was through Fortnite voice chat. Because at this point, me and Iffy were on Fortnite and we were in a party. And we were practicing our 90s in Fortnite Creative for a bit, so that way we could be prepared for the 1v1. Now, as it turns out, I did actually record the 1v1 between me and Iffy. However, the recording isn't very long. You're about to find out why. Here's the recording. Oh, look who it is.
Alright, let's do the 1v1 now.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, do you know Joe?
Do I know what?
Joe.
Do you?
Joe Mama!
I didn't ask who, but okay.
Alright, I put in clicks box fights.
Alright, well, I'm coming back.
Yo,
Box fights.
do you have the LEMMiNO variant of COVID?
Nope.
Dang.
So it's...
Anyway,
the
my
clicks
duo
box
is
fights.
Candace. Have you heard of them? Focus up.
Quick question. How are you supposed to 2v1 if you can't even 1v1?
My guy's on mobile builds right now. I mean, I'm on performance mode too, but mobile builds.
Yo, GG.
Oh,
He's
First to test.
terrible.
that's that. True.
Ted, he already beat you. Just leave. Let's
Yeah.
go play duos. Leave.
Leave?
He's not
Leave?
worth your time.
He's not worth?
Yeah, leave.
Not
leave.
the 10
leave.
rounds? Not 10 rounds?
Leave.
Ah. I see. I
He
see.
didn't even hit you once. Do
Oh,
how
you
sad
know what?
that
You
is?
know what? That is true.
Dude,
He
just
didn't
leave,
even hit
just
me
leave.
once that whole time. What a loser!
Alright, let's go play dude. Leave.
Okay.
I won because you left, loser.
Even if that's the case, it's a draw and you still didn't hit me once.
Can't believe I won the 1v1 against Stormed, bro.
Even if you won, it's still a draw and you never hit me one single time.
Bro, it
That's
was
so
crazy.
easy! That was so easy! After the events of that recording, I posted saying, I completely destroyed Iffy. He didn't even hit me one singular time. Well, he kind of did actually hit me at the very end. We both shot each other at the exact same time. So he hardly hit me a single time. I recorded the whole thing and Pay to Win Life was like, yeah, he's not worth your time. Just leave instead of doing all 10 rounds. There's a few things you should take note of regarding the recording, by the way. First of all, the recording was edited down a decent bit for the viewing experience. Second of all, you saw that Buttersticks, also known as Pay to Win Life, joined the party. He joined because we had plans to 2v1 Iffy and mess with him that way. Unfortunately, he ended up joining in late, so he wasn't able to join into the Click's box fight map with me and Iffy. Finally, you have to remember that this recording, this 1v1, happened nearly after my new Fortnite video premiered on my channel. Right after Loogey and his buddies, including Iffy, raided the crap out of it. You can clearly tell by the sound of Iffy's voice that he was just so happy that he contributed to raiding the crap out of my Fortnite video with Loogey and the rest of his buddies. He was so happy about it. He was memeing around, making dumb jokes towards me, and all of that nonsense. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Then I say, time to block him now. Not sure when I'll post the recording or what I'll post it on, but this was funny. The Loogey kids have just got mentally shit on. Anyways, I'm gonna make even more people mad in creative mode by killing them to celebrate. A Loogey alt account replies saying, you good, lol. And I would block this account, pretty quickly too, to where Eat Pie would then say, lol block speedrun. That tweet's just further showing that Loogey and his buddies think that harassing the crap out of me and just constantly coming at me is funny. Also, after the 1v1 was over, Loogey and his buddies tried to raid my Discord server. You can see here that they all joined at roughly the same time. Loogey, a Russian soldier, Clips, Knives, Burning Jack, Stir Lighting, Clips again, Consume Ice, and Dino Bro. At this point, Dino has made himself to be another one of the worst people of all time. Not just because of this Loogey stuff. Dino Bro has actually turned out to be a person who is completely gaslighting the Dash and Jinx drama, along with Ethan, Dash's ex-boyfriend, and May, an old friend of Hannah's. All of these people told me things about Dash and Jinx that weren't even true. And also Ethan had started stalking Dash after their final breakup. However, all of that is a huge can of worms for a completely different video. But the point is, Loogey and his buddies came in and tried to raid my Discord server. My Dinobot stopped them from going way too far, which was pretty good. You could see, hi besties, it's me, Loogey. Hello bestie, I am Fembo. Happy 2-year anniversary. This month, 2 years ago, I gave you evidence that Kidsith was a loser. Which, you know, he kinda did, if you watch the 7th drama stream. They start being absolute weirdos, sending random memes, trying to add everyone, all this stuff. Amazing work on the new video, by the way, from Knives. By the way, Knives is, or used to be, I don't really know anymore, Golden Stuff's girlfriend. Yep, what a plot twist. She is very involved with this stuff. Amazing work on the new video, by the way. And she posts this exposing meme, which is, it's literally just my The Enderman's Bro Sucks video sped up with music put over it. And that's apparently funny. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Stormy Poo, just so you know, I don't know who this is. He isn't one of my goons. Wow, that's crazy, but guess what, Loogey? We already know that you are a liar. You have lied dozens upon dozens of times in my drama streams, especially in all the apologies that you've given out. You even messaged me through Twitch chat while I was streaming, like a few weeks ago, saying that you weren't involved in this anymore or anything. And I thought, oh, alright. Guess it's just a couple people I need to worry about now. Just a couple people who are still intent on doing this. Nope, the whole group is still here, guys. That's fucking crazy. Knives also made this stupid meme. Hey, little man, how's it going? I'm better than you. The darkness. Loogey fucking exposed. Loogey needs to be terminated. Use code stormed in the Fortnite item shop. Undertale. Loogey and his goons are attacking me. You're blocked. Yeah. So if you couldn't already tell, they're trying to make it out like I'm some kind of mentally deranged person. However, if anyone with a brain were to look into this, they would know that I'm the good person in this situation and the right person. So what do you call this image then? You call it a failed meme? What do people call failed memes nowadays? I don't know. But the point is, this meme was made for the purpose of making me look fucking stupid. However, the garbage memes that Loogey and his buddies create to make me look like a completely deranged person become completely irrelevant when you bring out the fact that they've been harassing me with this shit and tons more things for 2 years straight. Like, that automatically makes them way more insane than I've ever been. And exposing them doesn't even make me insane to begin with. But that's fucking obvious. And here's the thing. While this was all going on, I was creating a Discord role for Pay to Win Life called Godly Butter. This role comes with all permissions for the Discord server. So once I created the role and gave it to him, I pinged the role, and everyone started saying, hi Storm, big fan, nice to talk to you again. Yeah, I wasn't talking to you at all. I say, do the deeds, Godly Butter. Don't remove their messages when you ban them, because I'm saving them for this video. Screenshots? So you can screenshot. We are your fans, Ted. Storm, can we voice chat? I want to talk to you. All of these guys were in one of my voice channels, by the way, waiting for me to talk to them or something. I, as a matter of fact, did not join the voice chat and talk to them. I mean, what were they going to say anyways? They were obviously going to say a bunch of stupid shit, considering they're fucking garbage people. But what would they have said to justify themselves in the situation? I mean, the thing is, there's nothing they could say to justify themselves. They're just going to say a bunch of random shit. Literally. I'm willing to bet that's what they were gonna say. Just literally random shit. What else were they possibly gonna say at such a time, in such a moment? I would like to answer all your questions because I know you have those. Yeah, I do have questions, but there's no point in having Loogey or any of his buddies answer them anymore. Loogey and his buddies have shown themselves to be the most deranged, psychopathic, sadistic people who are also incredibly persistent on the internet. Like, come on. Harassing me for 2 years and rating shit for 2 years. These guys' lives have got to be the most fucking boring lives of all time. If they've resorted to doing this shit for 2 years straight, they've got to be so fucking bored. But yeah, not getting questions answered by these guys anymore or anything. These guys have always been bad. They are still bad, and they're always going to be bad. Nothing is going to change that, it seems. It doesn't seem like anything's going to change that. If they ever say they want to apologize or anything, I'm not trusting them. Ever. They've lied dozens and dozens of times. There's literally no reason to trust these people anymore. No more reasons. At all. Pay to Win Life says, bow down to my godly power. I say bow down. They say no. Bow down to D's fucking nuts. Man's in his mom's basement at age 20, LEMMiNO, working at Walmart head. That's pretty bold of Loogey to say, considering he doesn't have a job, and he spends a lot of his time harassing me with his buddies. He has absolutely no right to say such things. Pay to Win Life starts banning everyone from the server without deleting their messages. I replied to the remaining people asking, so mad that I beat your friend's ass. We both say, any last words? He says, speak now. Loogey says, my last words are that I want to voice chat with my Stormy Poo in private. So you get free content. You could call the video, Loogey's back? Pay to Win Life says, not good enough. Loogey says, oh, it could be with some of your friends, Storm. And then Loogey's gone, and they're all banned. And there's not too much that's happened after that. I mean, Iffy and Clips sent a couple of garbage tweets at me, but that's about it. How I've made much better points than you. Imagine trying to make points when, you know, you guys are involved in 2 years worth of harassing. You can't make points. You can't make points in a situation like this. I don't even like Loogey. Just funny how exposed him for no reason, but that you baby raged. I'm gonna stop replying and be the better person unlike you, who just cries about the fact that I'm so wrong. For no reason, baby rage, cries about the fact that I'm so wrong. I just laugh at him because of how fucking wrong he is. Just because you make the formal decision to stop taking part in an argument, that does not make you right in the argument you were just taking part in at all. Although I'm sure Clips already knows this and he's just playing dumb, just like what Loogey and the rest of his buddies do whenever they cause problems with me. But there are a lot of people out there who genuinely think this, which is just bad. How? How do people actually think this? made of the Loogey situation right now. In conclusion, Loogey and his group of retarded ass friends are possibly the worst people I've come across on the internet, ever. Honestly, perhaps even worse than the Dash and Jinx people. Pretty much the only reason why they suck so much is because of how many of them there are. Loogey and his buddies are incredibly persistent, pretty fucking sadistic, and have been harassing me and Hannah for 2 years straight, non-stop. Oh, and by the way, I have been in contact with Hannah lately, even though we're not friends anymore. That whole thing in and of itself is best saved for another video, because there's a lot that's been happening between me and her. But I've been messaging her about Loogey lately. She's telling me that even after she blew up on Twitch, she has still been getting harassed by Loogey and his buddies. Not too often like how they've been doing to me, but they have still been doing it. And I think she also said that the last time it's actually happened was 2020, so it has been a while since then. For now, at least. At this point, I am incredibly fucking serious when I say that Loogey and his entire group of friends need to be terminated from the internet. Completely, forever. They have done nothing to deserve any of the shit that they have on the internet. All they've been doing for years now is harassing me and Hannah, targeting the both of us specifically for whatever reason. At first, we all thought this was because they just wanted attention from the YouTube videos and stuff. And you know, after the Taking the World by Storm podcast number 3 stream, I actually stopped making content on Loogey and his buddies, partly because of that reason. I thought that if I stopped making videos on them and I stopped paying attention to them, then they would stop their harassment. But obviously, they kept going. They kept commenting weird crap and all of that, and I just kept banning and blocking their accounts every time they came up without me saying a word about any of it. But of course, eventually it got to a point, and I started messaging back, and now we're at this point. Loogey and his buddies need to be terminated from the internet. And also, fun fact, Loogey and his buddies have actually joined the Cosmic SMP Discord server before it shut down to mess with me and Hannah, but especially me. They also joined Just Ash's main Discord server to continue messing with me back then. And you know, the funny thing is, and this is something that I have to get after Dash for, is that I messaged her about these people ahead of time because I figured that they would at some point join her Discord servers and continue harassing the crap out of me and Hannah after seeing the comment that Loogey made on one of Dash's videos. I warned Dash about these people, and she's like, okay, can we ban them or something? But I told her that they weren't on the servers yet. But when they did join Dash's servers, Dash and the rest of the staff team refused to ban them after everything I said. And Loogey and his buddies were doing tiny little bits of messing with me and Hannah, which was kind of annoying as crap. And the staff didn't care. Staff of Dash's servers didn't give a f***. Not one. Especially Godly Desires. I kind of fucking despise her for that. And I also despise Godly so much because during this situation, instead of trying to stop Loogey and his buddies from doing anything to me, Godly was actually trying to stop me, as if I was doing something to Loogey and his buddies. Or as if I was generally breaking a few rules on the Discord server or something. So yeah. Godly Desires. But you know, also Dash, because when I told her that the people were on her server, she suddenly decided to change her mind and was like, hey, Loogey and his buddies are not doing anything wrong. Absolutely great! So yeah, Loogey and his buddies. Pretty much the worst group of people I've ever come across. And as for what can be done about them, there isn't really anything that can be done. They're willing to do whatever the hell they can to mess with me and Hannah, but especially me. They'll do whatever the hell they can to get their way. And there's no sign of any of this stopping anytime soon. They're making themselves look more and more pathetic as time goes on. That's not stopping them, it seems. However, I am willing to bet that one day in the future, they will stop. This shit will bite them back in the ass later in life, and they might as well get hit with huge karma. One day, they've got to realize that they got to stop. One fucking day. There's no way they're gonna keep doing this until they're freaking 90 or anything. One day they're gonna stop. Imagine how all of these guys' parents would react to seeing them act this way. I could only imagine. And again, for 2 fucking years straight. Also, remember how I said that Loogey is willing to do whatever the hell he can to mess with me? Well, that can also include him getting through to me by using my friends. Let's use Rexman as an example here. If Loogey and his buddies want to, they can start joining Rexman shit and start messing with me through his shit as well. We know that at this point, Loogey and his buddies are willing to join Discord servers of my friends, so he can harass me through them as well. Loogey and his buddies could do the same thing with my current friends. He could join Rexman's Discord server and start harassing me through it. Plus, if Loogey and his friends keep doing this with any Discord servers that I would join, that could potentially make it hard for me to keep new friends online. Because wherever I'd go, they would follow and mess with me and everyone else. Loogey's situation at this point has become a real f***ing problem. All the 2 years of harassing, messages they've been sending, the dislikes they've been spamming, raids they've been attempting. This crap is progressively becoming more of a real problem, especially since at this point it's been 2 years since the harassing began. So, to all those who are watching this video, I have got a warning to send out. If you just so happen to come across Loogey and his friends, whether it's because you came across some of their stuff or they came across your stuff, I would highly suggest avoiding them and blocking them on everything. Block and ban them off of everything. Prevent them, or at least try to prevent them from getting into your and depending on how they feel of you blocking them, they may stop. I don't know how effective that's going to turn out to be, considering Loogey and his buddies are willing to create alt accounts and continue harassing for another couple years, but this is the best thing that can be done. Attempting to tire Loogey and his buddies out is the best thing we can do. Trying to get the creators of YouTube, Twitter, and Discord to eliminate their accounts, that's not really going to do too much either. All we can do is try to tire them out and hope it works. That's the only thing we can do to fight back Loogey and his friends. Before I end this video, I have a few things that I want to add on to the end here. First of all, Loogey and his buddies are the reason why I haven't been showing my face to the internet since the Stormed Rewind. They've harassed me over my face in particular so much that I've decided, alright, I'm just gonna stop. It's not because I'm insecure about my face or anything, it's that I'm just so tired of Loogey and his buddies harassing me in general that I'm trying to limit it as much as I possibly can. This actually kind of leads on to the second thing I want to mention here, which is about the fact that I'm making another exposing video on Loogey and his buddies. There are probably some people out there right now who are like, oh, why are you making another video on Loogey and his buddies? Why are you exposing them again? You're just giving them more and more attention and all that stuff. What's the point of this video? Well, on top of bringing up a bunch of Loogey stuff that you've likely never seen before, stuff that's happened since the last Loogey exposing, you guys need to realize how vulnerable my channel is to this kind of nonsense right now. And really, not just my YouTube channel, but also all of my other social medias as well. Because all of my social medias are so small, it makes it easier for Loogey and his buddies to harass me and mess with me and just basically take over everything. And you can really tell that this is the case by looking through all of my videos across my YouTube channel. Everything has been getting bombarded with dislikes lately because of Loogey and his buddies. Especially the Dash and Jinx exposing videos, but that's just partly because there's so many more Dash and Jinx fans who are disliking those videos. Which also goes to show how vulnerable my channel is to large fan bases. Despite that, I'm still going to be exposing Dash and Jinx anyways. Oh, and fun fact, disliking YouTube videos actually counts as engagement towards them, just like how views, likes, and comments do. So to all those who have been disliking my videos, you're actually promoting my channel more. You're doing it in a dumb way, but you're doing it. So thanks for that. The last thing I want to mention at the end here is that there are still people, especially those who are related to people I'm exposing, who are coming to me basically saying exposing is bad. Yeah, tell that to all the other commentary YouTubers across the entire internet. Trust me, you're not gonna win that fight. If you really think exposing is bad, then just leave my channel, leave my social medias, please. And honestly, you might as well get off the whole internet while you're at it, because that is just ridiculous. Now, I think I've made my point about Loogey and his buddies clear. I've talked about how bad they are on multiple occasions and everything. And what I've shown you in this video is pretty much the biggest stuff they've done by far. Or maybe it's all just big because they've been doing it for a long time. But the point is, you guys should fully understand Loogey and his buddies and how they are now. And because of this, this will be the final Loogey video that I'll ever make. I am officially confirming this right here, right now. Even if Loogey gives me a fake or real apology for what he's done, there will be no follow-up video. I am absolutely tired of exposing Loogey over and over again. Especially since I have bigger fish to fry. I suggest you take this warning very seriously. Otherwise, if you ever run into them yourself, or especially if we all end up running into them, you, me, and them, all together on a Discord server, things could get very, very ugly, very fast. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.